Hey everyone, back again. Welcome back to another video review. I do apologize, it's been, I don't know, a little bit, it's been a while actually since I've done my last video, but I've been busy with other things and yeah. So, this time around we're going to be taking a look at the much anticipated series finale of the Transformers Prime movie special, the Predacons Rising. And my god, oh holy shit, what a movie, what a special, what a way to end the series. But anyways, so the movie starts off with pretty much where we left off at the end of season 3, where Cybertron's restored and Optimus promotes Bumblebee to Warrior. Back on Earth, we find that Megatron landed in the ocean, and, well, his body, and Unicron awakens to find him, and he decides to use his body as a vessel to contain his anti-spark, because pretty much what he explained to Megatron is that his physical form was defeated in season 1, but his spiritual form was not. So I kind of figured there'd be a plot hole at the end of season 1. So anyways, Unicron rebuilds Megatron, fly into space, and we don't know what happens then. And then, through space, Megatron believes Unicron intends to become the ruler of Cybertron, but Unicron's intention is to kill the very core of Cybertron, aka Primus, as we all know from the Cybertron cartoon. Just a little fun fact. So, back on Cybertron, Bulkhead and a few Vehicons are doing some construction work, and the Vehicons are acting like dumbasses, and they're just pretty much messing up the whole plan. And then Optimus and Wheeljack decide to go and find the Allspark that Optimus hid many years ago, thousands of years ago. Ultra Magnus and Smokescreen is put in charge of finding Starscream and Shockwave, and Bumblebee's in charge of looking after the captive Decepticons. One of them being Knockout, as I predicted in my season 3 finale review, that he would obviously still live. So, pretty much Bumblebee persuades Knockout where the Decepticons are, and Knockout says he has a good idea of where they may be. Ultra Magnus and Smokescreen encounter 2 new Predacons, Darksteel and Skylynx. And pretty much they beat the ever-living crap out of Smokescreen and Ultra Magnus, but Magnus takes the severity of the beating. Smokescreen is able to save both of them in time, and pretty much Ratchet is called back to Cybertron to fix Ultra Magnus. Back in space, Optimus and Wheeljack find the Allspark, and Wheeljack says that there may be that there's hazards, like there's a bunch of asteroids. So pretty much Optimus hid it in an asteroid belt on Cybertron. But anyways, Wheeljack Optimus decides to go alone to go and retrieve the Allspark. And then Bumblebee and Smokescreen, Bulkhead, and RC go to the outskirts of Cybertron, and they find Predaking, who's located at Predacon burial ground, uncovered by the restoration of Cybertron. And then Bumblebee attempts to persuade Predaking to help with their plans. However, Predaking refuses. And then the Autobots decide to head to Megatron's old fortress, Darkmount. If you remember, back in season 2, Darkmount was created on Earth and stuff, which Knockout informed that they may have contained a map showing the location of Shockwave's laboratories. And then Shockwave and Starscream are busy making some Predacon clones, and then Darksteel and Skylynx return, and revealing their encounter with Smokescreen and Ultra Magnus. Starscream is very upset because they didn't want him to reveal the location of him. And then, back in the asteroid belt, Theta Scorpii, I believe it's called, Optimus finds the Allspark container, but then there's a plasma storm on the way, so he has to hurry to get it before the storm closes in. So, back in Darkmount, the Autobots are just searching through the computer, and Unicron arrives, who makes it aggressively clear to both the Autobots and Megatron, who's in control of the Decepticon leader's form. The Autobots pretty much get outmatched by Unicron, and they pretty much they're chased towards a smelting pit, and then Unicron just pretty much uses these weird-looking hook weapons, pretty much destroys the platform. Smokescreen, RC, and Bulkhead are falling to their doom, but Ratchet is able to activate a ground bridge to safety. And then, this is very funny, Megatron tells Bumblebee to go and kill himself. Bumblebee does so, but he goes through the ground bridge instead, which pretty much angers Megatron, essentially. Meanwhile, Optimus pretty much retrieved the Allspark. They make it back to the ship a few seconds before the plasma storm hits, and the Autobots pretty much escape, and they try to contact the Autobots, but an asteroid destroyed the transmitter on Ultra Magnus' ship. And then the Autobots realize that obviously Unicron plans to destroy Cybertron. And then Predaking takes Bumblebee's advice into consideration, finds evidence of Darksteel and Skylynx, and he creates a signal in the form of pretty much transforming into his dragon mode and shooting a column of fire to the sky. Unicron finds it, and then Megatron tricks Unicron into fighting the Predacon, just pretty much fighting Predacon in the hopes that they pretty much separate from their mangled mess. And then Predacon pretty much gets the upper hand. Unicron gets pissed off and pretty much he pretty much just every time that Megatron disobeys Unicron's orders, he pretty much stuns him. So that's what Unicron pretty much did. And after Unicron knocks Predaking out unconscious, he pretty much figures out where the Predacon bones are. At the burial ground, Starscream, Darksteel, Skylynx, and Shockwave are pretty much doing their thing, and then Unicron arrives, and then uses bolts of lightning and energy, and dark energon to bring the Predacons, now the Terracon Predacons, to life. Starscream, Skylynx, and Darksteel escape. However, Shockwave gets overpowered by them in his vehicle mode. The Autobots back at the Nemesis, the Autobots uses the warship's computer to try and locate Unicron, and they detect his signal and the dark energon Predacons, essentially, and they quickly realize what Unicron intends to do, and pretty much they figure out that they're heading towards the Well of Allsparks, where Primus's core is. Ratchet and Ultra Magnus are dropped off at a safe location so Ratchet can prepare Magnus, while the others go and fight Unicron. And Smokescreen retrieves the remaining relics in the Nemesis, and Knockout is freed by Starscream, and they pretty much take over the ship, and Bumblebee tricks Starscream into thinking that he's holding the immobilizer, which it's not, and pretty much the Autobots take out the remaining Viacons, and pretty much Bumblebee distracts Starscream long enough for Knockout to steal the immobilizer, knock him out unconscious, but destroys the immobilizer in the process, which is pretty cool. And Knockout decides to join the Autobots. Then back at the burial ground, Predaking arrives and he finds that the burial ground's empty. And then Skylynx and Darksteel are playing around with him. Predaking gets pissed off and they start fighting, and then they decide, why not, let's go help the Autobots. The Autobots pretty much open fire on the Terracons, and then Darksteel, Predaking, and Skylynx arrive to lend a hand. The Nemesis is shot down, and the Autobots pretty much escape. And then Predaking tells them, just leave it to us, but unfortunately they get overpowered and all the Terracons fly into the Well of Allsparks to do Unicron's bidding. As they do that, Unicron feels the presence of the Allspark, and then Ultra Magnus' ship flies in. Optimus jumps out and attacks Unicron, and then Unicron pretty much throws like an energy spike at it, which shoots down Magnus' ship, and pretty much injuring Wheeljack in the process. And Optimus gets pretty much beaten up by Unicron, and then Unicron's about to deliver the final blow when Bumblebee uses the Planetary Gauntlet to halt his blow. Optimus flies to where Bulkhead and RC are helping Wheeljack. The wreck is Magnus' ship. They secure the Allspark. Then Unicron breaks free of the Planetary Gauntlet's grasp, catches up with Optimus, shoots him down, steals the Allspark, and then he opens the Allspark up, intending to eat the contents inside it. However, it devours Unicron's anti-spark, pretty much defeating him, or killing him at least, out of Megatron's body, and then ending the Terracons and disintegrating them in the process, just before they reach the core. Then Starscream arrives, welcomes Megatron back, believing Megatron once again lead the Decepticons, but then Megatron states that the Decepticons are no more. Then he transforms, flies away to wherever he goes, I'm assuming one of the Cybertron's moons. Starscream also retreats and instead goes to Darkmount, intending to lead the Decepticons again. However, the Predacons arrive, Predaking, Darksteel, and Skylynx, and pretty much settle some old scores with them. At the end of the movie, at the Well of the Allsparks, Optimus revealed that in order to set the trap for Unicron, he was forced to empty the Allspark into the matrix of leadership inside him, which unfortunately means that he's now one with the Allspark, and the only way that it can be restored into the Well is to pretty much commit suicide. Doesn't that sound familiar, guys? It does. Sounds a lot like Beast Machines. It really does. Though Beast Machines were more crappier than... Anyways. Optimus states that there's no other way. However, the Autobots protest of past events that led to the other way working. However, Optimus insists that it will work. And that obviously meant that the Age of the Primes is over, and that new leaders will arise not by decree of ancient talismans, but by the virtue of actions. And then at the end of the movie, Optimus pretty much dives into the well, committing suicide and releasing a multitude of sparks into the sky, one of them being his own. And that's the end of the movie and the end of the series. Overall, it was a very well done movie. It was a great conclusion to the Prime cartoon. It's so weird seeing Megatron and Unicron being combined into one, like, physical being. Though in their mental mind they just they can't agree one from another. But yeah, it was very cool. It's so weird seeing Knockout on the Autobots. But anyways, I I'm going to be reviewing the whole continuity of Prime at a later date, and going to be explaining some more in-depth links on the characters. So yeah, overall, Predacons Rising, great movie. I'd recommend going and seeing it. It was a great way to end the Prime series, and overall, I'm really satisfied with the way it ended. Though it would have been nice if the other way would have worked than the Prime committing suicide way. But anyways, that's another story once I review the whole continuity. So, that is my video review of the Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising series finale. I will see you all very soon. I'll be back as soon as possible in the next video. And yeah, so take care, see you soon, have a great day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye!